channel, and today I am going to be giving you my thoughts on the completed Horror Nights. Now, I read the, whole description, was not very into it, but I'm giving you my full review of the actual, event itself. Once now that it's out, it's a lot better than I thought. There were a lot of things. For example, the weekend maze that I was kind of crapping on a lot, it was way better than I remember, whereas it's like all the way better than I thought. It actually, they took this idea and twisted it into, like, the effects are, like, really good, especially in this maze. So they basically did this collaboration with The Weeknd, but made their own maze out of it. It's kind of interesting, and it's like, I don't remember what the plot is exactly, but they kind of shifted it into its own deal, which I find really interesting. To has like how they made The Weeknd into some horror maze. Like, I don't know exactly how they managed that, but I saw this effect too, where they make headless things move, which you can see there's like a little eye thing there, so they can see out of the body. Which I thought that was cool too. But yeah, I think that this maze's effects are really well done, and definitely was better than I thought. From the looks of it, it looks great. So yeah, that's The Weeknd After Hours Nightmare. It really is pretty cool, I've got to say, even though I was really not loving it the first time through. However, this maze, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space maze, is like really dumb. It's like super easy, not scary, like super simple thing you could do. Like, I feel like a tiny kid could go in that one and not be super disturbed. Like, it seems, not tiny kid, but like age 7 to 10, I'd say could easily handle that. But here we go. So they let you walk on the set of Nope, Jupiter's Claim from Nope, and they have the Us characters walking around. The dudes in the red suits. It's like a collaboration between the two movies. It's like you're on Jupiter's Claim, but they have the Us characters there as well. And I thought this part of the Terror Tram was really cool. And, for people who have seen Nope, like, this will be so cool. You're, like, walking on the set of the movie you watched. Like, I don't know. I'd at least think that was so cool, because this is the actual thing. Like, this is where they filmed it. So I especially would really enjoy walking around on the set, and it's so alive. Like, you have the characters, like you're in the movie practically. So I thought this one was really cool, and then obviously the rest of the Terror Tram is great as well, like it always is. The Terror Tram is always great. It's always like, I don't know, it's always good. They always somehow turn it into like a really cool thing, really cool deal. It's never like, borderline or weird, or I feel like it's just really well done, and they turn their old studios that aren't running, and old sets that aren't running anymore, into these, like, well, I don't know, crazy, like, mazes and activities that people do during Halloween. I find that to be cool. Like, they go into the War of the Worlds set and actually, like, do stuff to it to make it fit HHN. They install lights. They, do this whole light setup. They like go back onto the set to do all this stuff. Now you add smoke. Um, so this set is clearly still very active. With Universal Studios, just they're not filming anything there. But yeah, I haven't even seen War of the Worlds, but I obviously know this set from going to Universal Studios. It's like kind of one of the main things you see through the studio tour, which the studio tour in itself is excellent, but this is one of the main attractions, I'd say, when you're going through the studio tour. But yeah, so the Terror Tram is just as good as always. Um, this La Llorona maze was actually a lot better than I thought. It was kind of goofy looking and sounding at first. Um, but after seeing it, I thought it was really interesting. And the story, like, I felt like they could have add a lot of story to, this whole maze. And it's like you go through one, you get out, and it's like a separate shack. Universal does this sometimes. And I think it's really cool. Like, they're really extending their limits, pushing their limits, I'd say. And yeah, they have bigger sets, obviously, than Scary Farm because it's a working studio. So they can do a lot more with a working studio than, add. They should be able to add more, but since it's a working studio, they can't add a ton because they need some of the studios to film stuff in. So it's kind of like they have more space than Scary Farm, but they don't. Like, technically they do, but since it's a working studio, they don't. If you know what I mean. Like, it's just, I don't know. But Scary Farm is made to be a theme park, so all of those warehouses and built and stuff are available all year long. And they actually build the sets every year at Scary Farm. And obviously here too, but it's in a studio, so you can build it really whenever. But yeah, Scary Farm's actually right around the corner. It's like, man, it's the 22nd. That's not too far, to be honest. Like, that really is close. And Spooky Farm might start earlier. Whoa. That's what happens when you type fast. Too fast. Not Spooky Farm might start earlier than Scary Farm just because they're setting up all the decorations and everything. But I don't know, maybe it does start the same day, but that's like September 22nd is the first day with decorations. I don't know. That's actually interesting. Oh yeah, and then this Fiesta Village thing, they're like, oh yeah, I put the little teaser on there on my channel already, so it's fine. Events? I guess events is where we check for this. Oh. Well, okay. Well, this is when you can trick or treat, but I believe Spooky Farm will start. They'll have the decorations up probably, I'd say, way before Scary Farm actually is open. Like, they'll have the stuff up around the park before then, I'd say. Because I can't picture them just all of the sudden having everything up September 22nd. Like, that's weird. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, so yeah, that's what's going on with Knott's. Knott's definitely is on a route to being ready, for sure. Universal's always ready but that's because, Knott's has to make new mazes, write the stories, create everything from scratch, while Universal kind of just like They keep 95% of their mazes and then make like 1 or 2 a year, and it's tiny. It's like this big. It's so small. Like, it's honestly so small. It's so incredibly small. Okay, like, you don't even understand how small Universal Studios is. Okay, it's literally this big, and Knott's is like this big. So, to, plan things out and stuff, Universal's gonna take a lot less time, just because of how much smaller it is. Um, but yeah, it's, I don't know, it's looking good to me right now. I don't really have a problem with this at all. And the Death Eater's encounter is also super cool, which you'll see in a minute. But I think it was way better than I thought, and I eat my words. I said it was going to be crap, and it's not crap. It's your standard Hollywood Horror Nights. It's not. Last year's Horror Nights was not good, to be honest. Like, it really was not good at all. I did not like last year's Halloween Horror Nights whatsoever. Like, it really was lame. Like, I don't know if it's because of COVID or they weren't planning ahead. It just was horrible. Well, Scary Farms, that was like one of the best years I'd say Scary Farms ever had, if not the best. 2021, it was like the return, and they really, restarted everything with velocity and speed. It was like nothing had happened. Like, it reopened just how it had been. There was no weird modifications or less stuff to do. Same amount of things to do. 2 new things, Goring 20s and Mesmer. In Mesmer, they had put so much work into, due to it being the amount of story in Mesmer is like crazy. So the amount of work they put into Mesmer was crazy. The new, dishes and food, and like Scary Farm 2021 was on a new level, and then Universal was like, it's back, but nothing has changed. That's basically how I describe it. To where this year, at least there's some new things, and the new things aren't totally lame. So, I don't know. Oh, especially the Orlando Halloween Horror Nights. Holy crap. I might have done a video. I don't know. Did I cancel that video? I might have canceled that video because it was so dang horrible. I don't know, but it was bad. Like, the Orlando HHN last year was awful, but this is way better, like, by far. With their maze and scare zone selection this year. A lot better. Trust me. Like, way better. You can go back and watch the old videos. Like, it's literally crap. Like, it's actually just doo-doo. I last year was just, did not work for me. I don't know what happened to that other person on this channel, by the way. Like, she just is MIA or something, because it's a new person. Maybe she'll come back to Scary Farm, I don't know. Personality, like, to keep you hooked into the video, I'd say the other one did a lot better of a job, because just more into it, I'd say. This one's a lot more just dry, and seems like her reactions are a little fake, but that's just me. But yeah, just side note there. Anyways, I do have to give the channel a shout out since I am watching the video. Sharp Productions. I look forward to they cover the Halloween events, I'd say the best out of any channel. They go through all the mazes, all the merch, all of the scare zones every single year for Halloween Horror Nights at both Hollywood and Orlando. Scary Farm, which they're even more in depth with Scary Farm, because I think they have what the main lady, the main person that was working for this channel before, actually like was part of the Scary Farm like team or whatever. The people, the representatives or something like that. I don't know what they call it, but she was actually part of that, and they kind of worked for them. So they did a ton of Scary Farm stuff, and it wasn't, you know, it's not like propaganda. It's just they are on the board for Scary Farm to help, you know, with ideas and whatever. I believe that's what it was, and they're super involved with Scary Farm, and it's like some of the best Scary Farm content you'll probably get. It's the best, I'd say, but and they don't just do those two things. They do like local events too, in like LA and other places in LA County or Orange County. They'll do those horror events. And then off season, they do like just regular theme park stuff. They're not like, here's the thing. The comparison between them and like a Five Fires type thing is Five Fires does like the Disneyland videos, speculation, like more like just your regular YouTuber, right? But they're more like they're not just a YouTuber, like they're a program that's run by, you know, it's more like a news broadcast. It's like a news station kind of thing, like IGN. They're kind of like that, but just for they're like Tractions Magazine. They're not exactly a channel. Like this is just something they do on the side. But I'm pretty sure they have a blog. But I think this is just part of what they do. They have like a whole separate thing on their website and everything. Actually, no, I don't even know. But all I know is that they're not just typical YouTubers. Like it's a company. They have president of their company. They're, you know, they're run through a system for sure. It's not just like some YouTube channel. It's a yeah. They definitely get their money per year because it's a full on company. It's not just a channel. Um, Yeah, but I'm not saying that as like, oh no, normal YouTube channels are bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying like that is something so that helps the quality of their delivery. Um, it's because they are being paid and employed by someone, which I don't know who. I could probably look, but yeah, they're very good. So subscribe to them if you like this stuff. They literally went to every maze and every scare zone here in 58 minutes, which shows how tiny it is. So small. Like if you skip the lines through the media thing, it's only an hour. Like that's crazy. But yeah, so HHN 2022 was not as bad as I thought. Yeah, that's it. So I basically like it. Thought it was good, but Scary Farm is better literally every year. So, leave a like, subscribe, share, get this channel out. Hope to hit 50 to 100 subscribers on this channel soon. Subscribe to my second channel, my main channel, I'm used to saying seconds. Main channel, Saade Video, Saade, video, all in one, no space. And I do Star Wars, Marvel, Batman stuff when that comes around, and much more. So if you're into that stuff, that channel will be perfect for you. But that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.